So Cannes, as always, is a very, very important watering hole for all parts of the industry, and this year certainly is no exception. I think what is absolutely palpable is the number of agency execs who are not here this year, the increase in attendance of 30% by brand marketers, very, very interesting, and the 20% increase in the number of consulting firms who are here. So you can kind of feel that in the air. And so there is definitely a different dynamic. And I think also the conversations this year are more on the gravitas side, the issues about certainly equality. I think that in years past, we focused on a lot of what isn't working at all. This year, I find the conversations about what we can do for the industry, for society at large, that I think is a very important part of the conversation here, and certainly the issues around data, and which has everything to do with issues of transparency, data ownership, responsibility for that, big privacy issues, and the issues of breaches, etc. So those are the three things that I'm hearing and feeling the most at Cannes 2018. It feels a little bit different, and I do think that part of that is Cannes Lions' response to a number of different constituents who said, hey, we're looking for a little bit different experience here at Cannes. And so I think the, cutting it down by a day, I think was very, very smart, important response to it. It has a different feel, but the numbers, I'm not sure what the total number is, but the fact that you have such significant increases in two categories, the brands and the consultants, I think, I don't know the numbers. It definitely feels a little bit more subdued, but I think the environment calls for that. So perhaps a little less frivolity and subjects with a little bit more gravitas. I think there's going to continue to be a very, very heavy emphasis on data itself and where it belongs, the issue of first party versus third party, the issue of relying on a marketer relying on third party. I think that is a big part of the conversation, and on the part of brands, the recognition that their data needs to be owned by them and better understood perhaps than in the past. So I think that's an entirely sort of occupied conversation. So I think we're going to see more of that. Again, I think the issues surrounding equality, diversity, not just in our business, but in our world, that will continue. That's very, very much here to stay. And I think the third conversation is, again, around the classic consultants encroaching on the previously owned relationships that agencies have with the brand marketers. So I would say those three are going to be the big topics.